Every fucking beat demolished when I snap its fucking cable.
It's been almost a week since we last uploaded, but in today's video, it's another Let's Talk Football, and this time it's a video that I think Manchester as a whole probably is going to enjoy more so than Merseyside at least. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Before I forget to mention, please like, subscribe, and turn the bell icon to never miss a video from the channel, and the liking and subscribing will only help the channel grow. So all of the likes and subscribers will be helpful and appreciated a lot. We've also hit 85 subscribers, which is a pretty monumental step forward. So I'm very pleased with that, but I still want to see more growth. So yeah, hopefully we can hit 100 by mid-Feb is the target. But anyways, without further ado, let's actually get started. So in the first game that I'm going to be talking about was one of the most thrilling games that took place over the midweek. And it was Manchester City versus Aston Villa. It was a pretty thrilling game, to be quite honest. I watched the whole game, and to say that 2-0 was unflattering and it seemed like a pedestrian win is completely wrong. Man City had to battle their way to a 2-0 win. And it was almost like champions mentality from the citizens. And in the end, it was through controversy, but fairly given goal through a Bernardo wonder strike, which effectively did turn the screw for Man City. And I think I want to clarify one thing with the offside rule that people are saying. I completely agree that the rule is nonsense, but the fact of the matter is that the PGMOL have basically come out with a statement, and they've said that when Tyrone Mings touches the ball, he makes it onside. I don't agree with the rule, not at all, but the rule states that. So if anything, if they disallowed it, then the referees would have been fined by PGMOL, who are the authority, the governing body or the authority basically for the Premier League for these. And they came out with a statement almost instantly after the game to justify it. So although the rule is bad and the goal should not have stood 100%. The rule is the rule, and the officials have to follow the rules. They can't go against it. They could lose their jobs over that. So, yeah. But other than that, it was an Ilkay Gundogan penalty in the 91st minute, which was a deserved penalty. And Manchester City battled to a win, a tough win, but a win they, I think, on the balance of play, deserved, honestly. So, yeah. The next one we'll be talking about, the next couple will be a couple of big games, but let's start off with the least relevant game. So Arsenal beat Newcastle 3-0. It was a standard win for the Gunners, and they put Aubameyang scored a brace, Saka scored the other, and it was a typical Arsenal win against the lower sides. You expect them to win these games, but Aubameyang did miss a sitter, which a lot of people are still talking about. So that is something to notice, I guess, from the game. As for Newcastle, I feel bad for them, but I mean, what else can you say when you have Steve Bruce as your manager? The next biggest game was Chelsea versus Leicester. And the best thing about these next three games, including this one, is the fact that this is the lowest out of the three, which kind of shows how significant the action was this weekend. So Chelsea traveled to an informed Leicester side, who were picking steam on their home form, and Leicester deserved to win. They completely outplayed Frank Lampard's men, and it was a deserved win. And the Foxes went top momentarily. So they are a big threat, Leicester City. A bigger threat than people want them to be, or people, even myself, think they can be. But they're a huge threat to Manchester United, Manchester City, and even Liverpool. Which moves me on to Manchester United, who they beat Fulham in relative, with not ease, I would say, but it was a good win for the Red Devils, as they beat a good Fulham side who have taken points off. They've taken points off Spurs. They've beaten Leicester. They've taken points off Liverpool. So they're not pushovers by any means. So it's a good win for Manchester United, with Pogba scoring an absolute worldie. That was a finish and a half. Honestly, Pogba is one of the players that I really want him to do well. I actually have a lot of respect for Pogba. He's one of the better players, or one of the players I have respect for in a Manchester United side. And the biggest game of these four has to be Burnley and Burnt Sean Dyche ends Jurgen Klopp's Anfield record for almost 4 years, and this is the first time they've lost, and it was a deserved loss. But the fact of the matter is, Liverpool just don't look at it. They don't look at it. Initially, I was saying that because they were playing two CDMs, I was cutting them a bit of slack. I was saying that they're playing two CDMs, it disrupts their build-up play, etc., etc. But they played a centre back. They played two people who are very. Matip is out and out centre back. Fabinho has adopted the centre back position. So I was a little bit shocked that Burnley are the team to end it, but Liverpool have a very, very tough season incoming for them. And as Jurgen Klopp did say, I think finishing in top four is what they need to aim for, because right now I don't think they will. There's so much competition. There's Man City, Man United, there's Tottenham, there's Leicester, there's Everton, there's Villa. 6 teams who arguably have been on way better form. Heck, even Liverpool has scored less Premier League goals in 2021 than Sheffield United. I think that sums it up to me, not gonna lie. I think that sums it up. In La Liga and the Copa del Rey in Spain, Luis Suarez is Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid beat a resolute Eibar side in not convincing fashion. It was not convincing at all. They didn't deserve to win. But I think the funniest moment from this week had to be the fact that Eibar's goalkeeper Dimitrovic took the penalty in the first half, which put Eibar 1-0 up. And he actually scored the penalty, and it was quite funny. And that now also means that Eibar's goalkeeper has more goals than Liverpool Football Club in the league in 2021. So I'm just saying. Real Madrid were knocked out in rather shocking fashion in the Copa del Rey, and while Zinedine Zidane downplayed the importance of the Copa del Rey, I still think it's a little bit despicable that a club like Real Madrid got knocked out in the Copa del Rey by CD Alcoyano. It's just not good enough. And as for Barcelona, they avoided an upset. They beat who did they beat Cornea 2-0 with goals from Ousmane Dembele. What a strike that Dembele goal was. After missing 2 penalties, Dembele and Pjanic missing 2 penalties in normal time. They waited till extra time, and then they scored in the 92nd minute and they scored in the 122nd minute. And they deserve to win, Barcelona, but I don't think this really means a lot. But to give credit to Barca, Cornea did beat Atletico Madrid. So, I mean, they avoided an upset. That's the best thing for Ronald Koeman's men, I think. The next one for me the next league that we're going to be traveling to and talking about is the Bundesliga, as is the standard. And it was a pretty thrilling week of Bundesliga action. Honestly, the Bundesliga is so fun to watch from a neutral's point of view, especially when you don't support any teams. And so we'll start off in chronological order to make this make a bit of sense. So Bayer Leverkusen beat Borussia Dortmund, who were picking a bit of form up, by 2-1. It was goals from Witt and Moussa Diaby for Leverkusen, and Brandt did get a goal for Dortmund. But on the balance of play, I think Leverkusen actually deserved to win. They had 17 shots, 12 on target, compared to Dortmund's lowly 2. And then the next game was Bayern Munich versus Augsburg, and Bayern Munich they scraped past Augsburg with another penalty, but they did keep a clean sheet. However, it's very important to know that Alfred Finnbogason, missed a crucial penalty for Augsburg, which would have tied the game. So, and then the next game, which was arguably the most thrilling game of the weekend in terms of like goals and just goals, Borussia Dortmund effectively threw their title hopes in the dustbin by losing 4-2 to Borussia Mönchengladbach, who have now beaten Dortmund and Bayern Munich, both by coming back, and they look a scary opposition for Manchester City to face. As for Borussia Dortmund, they need a proper coach. They can't rely on an interim coach for the whole season. So this is expected. I'm not sure what Borussia Dortmund fans were expecting, but yeah, that's going to be all for today. A slightly late video, and there's a lot of FA Cup action that's actually going on. So yeah, but I just wanted to upload this one because it's the FA Cup. There's no big games apart from the game tomorrow, which is a huge game. The Liverpool Man United one is a pretty big game. So yeah. But anyways, without further ado, I will catch you guys probably in a couple of days. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. Peace.